Yes.
Okay. I think we're live.
Yeah, you are. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Pascal.
And your girl Sandy.
And welcome back to another Friday edition of The Real Beef with S&P.
Hey!
Hey. We're back at it again, everybody. We back at it again. We got another crazy story for you guys that we are really looking forward to giving you guys the information, the tea, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna have a really, really great time. And yeah, we're gonna do the thing. So do me a favor, some housekeeping really quick. Hit that like button down below, crush it, make it scream out your doggone name. You know what to do. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this show right here. Anyway, we got to get into this stuff. Yo, let me just say this before we get going. How you doing, Sandy?
Man, I'm good. It's been a crazy week, and here we are. It's Friday. It went by so fast, but
it feels like a Wednesday for me. It just feels like Wednesday.
We don't
my
want
ass
that.
my ass is beat.
We need it to be Friday. I'm gonna need you not to put hump day out there in the universe, child. Like
I
we
know,
need every bit of this weekend. Okay.
All I'm saying is damn. Like it just doesn't feel like a Friday.
Look, boy, you better get your ass to Friday.
It just does not feel like a Friday. I'm just gonna say it over and over again, man.
Linda, listen.
Okay. Your boy's tired.
Yeah. I know that tired. It's fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's
fun.
It's the wonderment of being parents.
Look, and it doesn't stop, honey.
Wonderment of
you better just enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, look, you just have to, drink a lot of coffee, which is what I'm drinking on right now, child. Okay.
That's just a whole
drink
whole
a lot of coffee. Look, this is when you know you're a parent. This is what we're subjected to.
Why is that you right now? Why is that you? You used to be gangster, son. You used to be gangster.
I used to be a G. You know what I'm saying?
Now look at
you,
man.
I'm drinking out my damn giraffe cup.
Is that it? Oh, I thought it was for a second there. I thought it was a SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's a giraffe cup from the zoo.
Used to be a G, dog.
Went to the Miami Zoo, and this is what I got. Okay.
Wow.
I got an elephant too, y'all.
You got soft, son. You got soft.
Hey, man.
The hell is wrong with you, man?
Here I am, y'all. This is what happens. Look, you're going to have this too. It's a coming.
Yeah.
It's a coming.
I've already had my cup of coffee, but I am drinking soda. So.
Very delicious coffee. With creamer. We're delirious, you guys.
I don't know. It's called
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Wake your ass up.
That really hurt. That even hurt my esophagus. Why?
That was for every single one of y'all. Wake your ass up. It's Friday.
Her ish was guttural, y'all. Damn. Man. Okay, first off, you know, Bill Boy's mom is a mom when she says, "Yeah, that's a cool cup."
Thank you, Bill Boy's mom. Thank you. Okay,
bruh.
Giraffes are one of my favorite animals. That and sharks. Sharks are my number one, and giraffes are one of them. And so, yeah. Don't hate.
Did we ask for that information?
Don't hate the player because it's just so cute.
Okay. Fan of giraffes. What kind of noise does a giraffe make?
Are you really gonna ask me that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like the way they look, man. That's all I know.
Okay.
And they're cute.
Next time you bring up your favorite animals, make sure you
I know everything about sharks now. Sharks, that's my number one.
Sharks don't make noise. That's it.
Look, they eat.
That's all they do.
Look.
Okay.
I love me some sharks, honey. Shark Week is my jam.
Shark Week is the bomb.
I'm a nerd. I'm a complete nerd, y'all. You're gonna notice this as time goes on, as we progress on this podcast.
We've been known.
I'm a big nerd.
It's too late. We already know. We already got the memo.
And clearly a dork.
First episode. Well, this was like this right here. Dead giveaway. You are just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look, we need to come out with our own little mugs, and ittle be, you know what I mean?
Oh, we got
real beef with S&P.
In that shape of mug.
P, make the S a little bit bigger so we could do the S.
Nah, hell to the no.
And then the P off to the side, right over.
And just off to the side, not even being seen. No, I'm not with that, yo. Okay, and then you got Raven in here, long necks,
hey,
long necks, long necks. Okay, now I don't know why we're talking about.
We don't know
giraffes. Okay,
it's Friday, y'all. It's tall, fun Friday. That's what we're doing.
Speaking of tall individuals, we got to get into this conversation.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
So Caitlyn Jenner, all right, tall individual. See what I did there? Segue. Now the thing is that's the skill I have. Okay, so first off, Caitlyn Jenner is now about to expose the Kardashians in a new documentary series. This is very interesting, and we wanted to give you guys some of the information really quick. It's just weird, but to me, I find it weird. Maybe y'all don't find it weird at all, but I do find it weird. Yeah. So it says here, it looks as though Caitlyn Jenner has bared all about her incredibly famous family in an upcoming documentary about their rise to fame. The three-parter, okay, titled House of Kardashian. It couldn't be House of Jenner, but anyway, House of Kardashian promises to take a deep dive into the lives and legacies of Kris Jenner and her 5 famous daughters, which everybody already knows their doggone names. Moving on. All thanks to speaking to some of the people closest to them, including Kris's estranged spouse, Caitlyn, okay, the individual we just talked about, and their longtime family friend, Joe Francis. And just so you know, Joe Francis is the one who created the Girls Gone Wild franchise thing, okay? So he's a little slimy dude. I'm just going to say that. Or he's known as a slimy dude. You never know. He might be a really good guy. He might be behind closed doors, a dude that reads the Bible and drinks Perrier. You never know, okay? But moving on, he's a slime ball. I'm just being funny. Moving on, viewers will also be treated to previously unseen archival footage of the family before they became famous, which is basically when they were like 6. Unlike their self-titled series, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and its successor, The Kardashians, which apparently is not doing very well. Moving on, none of the family had any editorial control over the documentary, which promises an unfiltered view of who they really are. We have the trailer, and we're going to take a look at it. Okay, guys? I don't know how much I can show of this. That's the issue here. But we're going to play a little short. We don't have
problems with copyright now.
We're just going to play a little bit of it, okay?
Yeah.
The Kardashians have redefined the American dream.
The Kardashian women, they are superior to rich men now.
You're kind of in one of 2 camps. I want to talk about them, or they've ruined the world.
Oh my God. Anyway, here we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. We have to cut in and out of this stuff, unfortunately. Why do all the Kardashian, why do girls sound like that nowadays? It's so crazy. It's like the Kardashians are just like on another echelon of upper class.
I feel like they started it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like since the Kardashians got their fame and all that, and the way they speak and all that, I think a lot of people picked up on that. You know what I'm saying? And are doing it too to sound like them. Not gonna lie.
But it's crazy
I've always thought that.
It's weird how they all are trying to mimic. I mean, obviously, we're gonna talk about it. Okay, let's just continue. I'm just like how they all like that girl. I don't know who that girl was in the very beginning. I'll just show where was it. This is truly the American dream.
They're like higher than the rich
when it's
men.
up because it's stuck. And for me, I'm like, I don't know why that is. How in every girl, a lot of girls are trying to sound like this. It's not cute. It's not cute. But let's continue. It's not. Let's move on.
Chris wanted to be more than just a housewife.
Kimberly calculated from the beginning, how do I become famous?
The sex tape was a means to an end. It was to create a controversy.
Okay. We're going to rewind that piece real quick because that piece is like, okay, first off, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait. What's the sound that a giraffe makes? Yeah. Moving on.
Look, fool. Play the
Wanted to be more than just a housewife.
Kimberly calculated from the beginning, how do I become famous?
The sex tape was a means to an end. It was to create a controversy.
What was it like working with your wife?
Okay. So you guys see this.
There it goes.
All right. Let's just okay. I'm gonna put this on mute and have it rolling in the background so you guys can kind of watch this again in repeat. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cabrons. Here we go. The American dream. I don't know about all that. I wouldn't sit here and say that this is the embodiment of the American dream. The American dream is done by hard work.
Yeah.
And blood, sweat, and tears, not off the back of
being on your back.
Being on your back. Okay. That's just what I think. Okay. They took a controversy, or they took that kind of idea of the sex tape thing and they ran with it. Yep. That's what they basically did. They're like, okay, we could turn this into something else. That's all they did. And of course, you haven't said anything yet, but are we I'm not going to make it rhetorical. I'm not surprised.
Right.
We already had Ray J come out and do all these IG lives talking about, I can't believe I did what I did. Now my kids, have to deal with it, blah, blah, blah. Why did I do those things? I had to sign paperwork, so on and so forth. He exposed all this stuff like 2 years ago? So to me, this stuff right now, like, I'm not surprised. The other thing too is Caitlyn, bro, like, come on, Caitlyn. Hey, why are you on this? Do you really need to be in this? Do you really need the money?
Look, she a snitch, dog. Like, that's your family you talk about. That's your family, like blood. Okay.
I'm just not with it.
Child.
I call bullshit.
Look,
I'm sorry.
This whole thing at least justifies what Ray J has been screaming from the top of his lungs all these daggone years, and he kept quiet for a while. Okay. When he was making probably the most of that bread, he kept this shit quiet. Okay. And then recently, because of what they've been airing on their show, okay, and the whole Kanye controversy and all of that, and the possibility of there being additional tapes and all of that BS, when all that stuff came out and they painted it to be a picture that was opposite of what Ray J knew was the case, that's when he raised hell. Okay. And he was going on his Instagram lives. Some of his Instagram lives, when that was happening, got shut down. Got deleted. He kept getting canceled. He was like, I swear it's Chris. Chris, you know what I know. And you know I'm finna come after you. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? And it's only really over these last few years that he's been screaming, out the top of his lungs that this was a premedicated situation. This was something that they literally did for this purpose, for the fame. Okay, so this more than justifies what Ray J has been saying all this time, which the reality is, regardless of how much he's been huffing and puffing, we all knew. Okay. And I don't think there's a person I've ever talked to that not that we sit and have conversations about the tape and all that. Okay. But those that I know that I've had conversations with about any related topic related to the Kardashians, none of us have ever thought that that was something that was accidentally leaked and all of that BS that, the narrative that they came out with originally. You know what I mean? We all pretty much have thought for the longest time, and I'm only speaking for myself and those I've spoken to about this, that this was something that was literally planned for the sole purpose of gaining that celebrity.
Of course.
But I'm trying to figure out, though, and I'm be honest with you, with this whole thing from the jump, before all of this, before even the possibility of talking about this in this, having this be shared on this documentary, why the fuck did they think that a sex tape was the way to go? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why? I'm trying. Could you not come out with a product or some shit, or pitch the TV show idea?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they had some rich friend folk. They could have done something with that shit. And I mean, I just, what would make you think a sex tape was the way to put your daughter and your family on the map? You have to be a sick individual to feel as though that is the best route to take to promote your daughter and the rest of the family. Because literally the reason why the Kardashians are exactly who the fuck they are is literally because that sex tape.
Yeah.
Period.
That's the only reason.
Period. That is the sole reason why.
But you realize
a name.
But you realize it all started because of Paris Hilton, right? The night vision video, a night in Paris type thing. We all remember that vividly. Yep. But it was the first real spicy tape out here. And then she kind of catapulted into some sort of fame because of that, even more because of that sex tape. So you see that, or Kim sees this, or maybe Chris
saw it,
and she knows that Kim wants to be, all up in the videos and be famous. So she says, hey, maybe you need to do something like that, which we heard about with Ray J. He was like, yo, they presented the idea to us, and then we made videos, not just one, but videos, a plethora of videos. And then she handpicked, Kris Jenner handpicked the one that was the best one, and what she deemed the best one. And then they leaked that ish out. And just to be completely real, or just to remind y'all, they even said that the guy who ran Girls Gone Wild was involved in getting that video out as well. So paperwork was signed, all this stuff, so that could be out there. The only person out of that sex tape that really had their life ruined in a way is Ray J. That's it. But he didn't really get ruined. I mean, shoot, he's still a
none of the backlash
multi-billionaire.
real. Yeah, most of what he's dealt with is more on the negative side. The most negativity has come from, in my personal opinion, the more recent years. You know what I mean? Because the narrative that they've been pushing on the show, and then all the additional information, all the other stuff that's come out, since then. But originally, they both, if you look up how much they made off that one released tape, okay, or leaked tape, as it were, they made crazy bank, and still do to this day.
Yeah.
Still get checks from that tape to this day.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Like,
I mean,
if okay, let me ask you this then, Sandy. If you knew that there was going to be, if you knew that all you had, okay, let me try to phrase this correctly.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this question.
If you knew, if you knew at the end of this journey that you would be making have a multi-billion-dollar industry, all your dreams could possibly come true, the stardom, the accolades, the red carpet events, your name on the tip of everybody's tongue. You are part of the pop culture zeitgeist. You are the epitome of what the standards of beauty is in America, at least Western civilization standards of beauty is. You are literally the gold standard of that. And all you had to do was get your back blown out on camera. Would you do it?
Hell no. And here's the thing. It's easy. Let me put it this way. It's easy for people to say hell no very, very, very quickly. Okay. Because there's a lot of people who are going to tell you hell no.
Not Nicole.
And they absolutely would. Okay. Look. Okay.
Hey,
now,
me up for that tape.
That part.
Shoot.
Because, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. For me, fame is just not that important to me at all. Okay. Like, you really have to want that type of shit to go to this extreme. And I do consider this extreme. Okay. At the end of the day, they literally fabricated an entire storyline based on a released sex tape, your private parts out there for the entire world to download digitally. Okay. And will forever live on the internet. Okay. So for me, like, fame is just not that important. I don't need everybody in their mama to know my name. I don't need to be on red carpets like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that I wake up every morning like, I want to be famous. Like, that is not, I just want happiness in life. Okay. Right. What, just the regular happy-go-lucky standard living life that most people want in their lives. Okay. So literally that's just not of any importance to me, which is why. That's one. Two, I'm never going to subject myself to something like that where I'm literally demeaning myself for the purpose of fame. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that is a whole other situation. I don't need everybody seeing my cha-cha, my hoo-ha, my tatas, my areola, my brown rounds. None of that shit. Okay. Just so I can make some money in the future. Look, I'll just get a job before I do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give me a little job, do whatever needs to be done and get it done. Like, it's just not important to me. But there are people that, and clearly with them, that was something of importance, right? That is something they wanted. This is the only way they felt they could do it. Keep in mind, this is back in the day before the Instagrams and all of that craziness where, you know, you could go viral by one little 1 minute or 30-second clip, right?
Yeah.
This is when, you know, those are the types of things that were considered viral content, right? Because now it's viral content where you see a TikTok and it went viral, or an Instagram post and that went viral. But back then it was the tapes. It was the, you know what I mean? The explicit tapes that are viral content back in the day. Okay. And
Pamela
that's the route
Anderson.
they chose. Then the other side of it is too, you know, I'm a mom now, but even if this proposition was presented to me before becoming a mom, I still wouldn't. Okay. But even as a mom, that I could not even imagine selling my soul for that type of thing. Okay. And to now have my kids know that my mom got famous off of that, regardless of how many times you try to explain it to your kids. How do you explain that to your kids where it makes sense? Oh, we accidentally leaked the tape. It just, for me, that's just something your kids are going to always have as part of their lives. Like, literally, that is literally something that people could tease them for, taunt them for, or whatever, for the rest of their lives. Why would I even want to subject my kids to that? Like, no matter what, whether I'm a parent or not, like, it's just not that deep to me. Okay. So I'm presenting the same question to you though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before becoming a parent, if the opportunity presented itself, well, all they had to do was, you know, sudda. You know what I mean? It's just sudda. Somebody had to sudda, and you just had to sit there and act like you enjoyed every bit of it. Okay. And oops, it leaked. But you're guaranteed fame, fortune, red carpets, guaranteed. Like, there's no doubt that is going to happen.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Pre-kid, pre-child.
I get it.
And then post-child. Would you do it?
Hell
guaranteed.
No. Hell no. No, okay. Hell no. Because here it is. There is no price. There's no price tag on my own integrity. There's no price tag on my reputation for myself. There is no price tag on my own self-respect for my own self-respect. There is just no price tag for that. I don't care if that launches me into absolute stardom. My children and my family that would ride on that coattail would only be riding on the coattail of something that I did that was so unthinkable, that's so disgusting. It's like, I don't know. To me, I feel like it's a cheat code. Instead of, and the other thing too is, it's not like they were wanting for nothing. It's not like they were sitting there going, "Oh,
right." They weren't broke as a joke, and this is the last measure.
It's not like they were born into hardships, y'all.
Right.
Like, it's not like they were born into some hard times and eating just a can of sardines every day and an apple.
Right.
No, they literally were growing up with the silver spoon in their mouth. They had privilege, financial abilities, and financial privilege in their lives. So they didn't really have to do that. All they had to do was spend a little bit of money, or invest in a little bit of something, or have push Kim out there in the front a little bit more, or create that reality show, and do, maybe you push her out as like the star of the actual thing, but at the same time, like, you sounds so messed up. It sounds messed up that I'm going to say this, but like you exploit her in that way rather than exploit her in the way that she got exploited, in the way that she was willing to be exploited. To me, that's disgusting. That's wrong, and it's fucked up. Okay, and then you got all these people. You got all the Jenners and the Kardashians, all up on the red carpets. You know, looking like, oh, I'm a badass. I'm a Kardashian, and it's like, no. You know for a fact the foundation of your franchise, of your dynasty that was created, was created on the back of your sister.
Period.
And Ray J. That's it.
That part.
And that's messed up. And she is the only one that I've known so far to have had a spicy tape like that, to become so successful. Paris Hilton, her career just fizzled out. Right. Pamela Anderson, she was on her way to being like she was kind of like the 90s Marilyn Monroe for 2 seconds. But then that Tommy Lee tape that came out destroyed every possibility of anything that she wanted to do because of how the world perceived that tape. Why was Kim Kardashian's one put up on a pedestal, like on a silver platter, up in the high in the sky, being like, yes, Kim Kardashian's the truth? I still don't understand that piece. All these other girls got the careers and their lives destroyed, embarrassed, etc. Her, same tape, same type of stuff. But now she's got multi-billion dollars out here and all that. And the funny thing is the other part is, she'll sit here and try to talk ish on the fact that that's what truly, like, she will talk ish on the fact that people will sit here and go, man, you found your clout, you found your fame because you got your back blown out on camera. Let's keep it real. That's the foundation of it all. But she'll sit there and scoff at that. And it's like, Chica, that's literally how you became famous.
As well as the rest of your damn family. My thing is, what I'm trying to figure out, and holler at us in the comments if you actually watched any portions of said tape, okay? Because I know I did. When it originally came out, I was like, let me see what this shit's all about, okay? I don't even remember if I saw the whole thing. Did you see the whole thing?
The sites that I ever saw them on was always like 5 or 6 seconds. So it's just like
I saw a longer version, okay? And so for me, what I'm trying to figure out, okay, if you're gonna leak a tape, okay, of such explicit nature. Yeah. Okay. At least make it a little bit more exciting. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna watch a leaked tape, okay, I'm trying to avoid using that word, okay, before it. But if I'm gonna leak a tape, at least if I'm gonna get my back blown out, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's what got leaked, I mean, I need a little bit more entertaining than what I saw. Okay, because if any of y'all saw it, that shit was the most boring thing I have ever seen in my life. She was just laying there. And I'm just like, I mean, do you participate?
Lackluster. It was lackluster. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, do you even participate in what is happening? Is this how you want people to know this is how you do your do? You know what I'm saying? And that is exactly what got you the billions, the millions, and whatever. That's what's made you all that money. Is you looking bored as hell on your leak tape, child? I can't. If any of y'all saw it or even saw snippets of it, you know what I mean.
Dead fist.
I'm like, literally.
That's what everybody was calling it.
Bored as F. As F. If you're gonna do it, at least do it. You know what I'm saying? Cowgirl. I mean, do it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Your camera didn't like that.
They didn't like that. Camera don't even like what I'm talking about, man.
He's like, what? Cowgirl? Wait, time out. Let's talk about the Lord.
We love you. Love you.
Yes.
That's my homie. It's my homie
yes.
up there. My bad. My bad, Cameron. My bad. You know, I went a little too long on that. My bad. Sorry. You know, and I don't really watch that type of stuff on a regular.
No, never.
It was really for research purposes.
Yeah, it was like National Geographic. It's totally just for research purposes.
Yeah.
So that's how babies are made.
Yeah, pretty much. I wasn't really too sure. I mean, it was before I had kids. You know? No.
What's bukkake? So that's how babies are made.
Woo!
Anyway.
But look, unfortunately, this is just what it is, right? What I'm curious about is what the ratings are going to be like on this show too, because the reality is they're regurgitating shit we already know.
Facts.
We didn't need the documentary. We didn't need the expose. We didn't need any of that.
Unless he's got something unless he's going to say something real, because he said she calculated. Let me make sure I got that. She calculated how do I become famous? So she sat down, she looked at the world, she figured some things out, probably had some deep conversations with her mom, because you got to be real. Chris is the real mastermind throughout all of this. Okay. All of this. So she's the one, really the puppeteer. Yep. She's the one pulling the strings and everything, at least in the beginning. And so, and let's be real, Chris is not dumb. She knew exactly how to manipulate, or she has a really good team around her that was able to manipulate and finesse and do whatever they need to do to make Kim Kardashian or Kardashian a name, right?
Absolutely.
A household name. Because let's be real. When did Kim Kardashian become that sex symbol in the late 90s, early 2000s? When did it actually happen? Because I'm gonna be honest, when you first saw her, who thought she was fly at that time? When she first came out?
Not the girl that we see now.
Not Kim Kardashian now. That's a whole lot of plastic surgeries later. But when she first came out, she didn't look like what she looked like in the sex tape either. So I'm like, where, how, when? And then it was all about her ass. Remember that? It was her butt the entire time. But then I feel like they were trying to go like, okay, she likes black dudes, so we're just gonna give her a big butt, and it's gonna give her more attention from the black dudes. Is that basically what happened here? Because it wasn't like she had a butt until she had a butt. Does that make sense?
Listen.
And then all of a sudden it was, Kim Kardashian, she fly. You know what I'm saying?
Fashion icon. Then it was the rest of them. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was Kim Kardashian and all the other motherfuckers in her family, because they now have this platform because of her, I'd be reminding them hoes of that shit every motherfucking day. Okay? Right? Don't talk about me and Dolce & Gabbana or Gucci or Prada, whatever the fuck they always talk about on their show when they're fighting over, oh my God, because you literally copied off of my wedding. I had Dolce & Gabbana first. Da Vinci sang at my wedding. I don't even know who the fuck it was that he sang at her wedding, but somebody with an Italian name sang at her wedding. And you did it too, and you copied off of me. I'm like, bitch, there are bigger problems in the world. And at the end of the day, you all can't complain about shit. If I was Kim, y'all can't complain about shit. Okay, because the only reason why you can do all this Dolce & Gabbana and all this other shit is because of me and Ray J. Honestly. She can literally say that every day for the rest of their lives.
You made me fuck Ray J.
And
that's
Chris.
All she needs to say.
At the end of the day, we wouldn't have known none of those.
She could have just said, she could have it already tattooed on her arm, and it's an acronym. IFRAJ. RJ. IFRJ. She could have just been like, bam. Shut up.
Right.
You're right.
For real.
Bad. My bad.
Reason why y'all launched all these brands and have all these deals and have all this money and all these whatever is literally because of her, Ray J, and then of course Chris's puppeteer strings in the background. Okay, so look, I'm not gonna lie, I have to give Chris props too, because honey, she took that shit and ran with it and created an entire empire off of her backside and her back.
That fake backside, but
right. Okay, literally created an entire empire for every single one of them to eat off of, and their kids as well. Like, it's crazy. Okay, now ask me if I would hire her as my manager. Try that.
Would you hire her?
She would be my manager. Yeah, yeah.
But she'd be like,
look, Chris, I ain't gonna lay on my back for another motherfucking thing. Okay, only person I lay down on my back for is for my husband. Okay, we're not gonna be doing it on camera for people to see, child. But
you
can handle my affairs.
But you know for a fact she would still show up being like, we need to cause some controversy. We need something. So we wrote a whole script for you. Here you go. Right, and you'd be like,
you pulled the notebook He said he wrote a whole script.
It's 150 pages. Yup.
I'm gonna memorize them 150 pages. As long as I ain't on my back doing no sucking on dirt and doing none of that ish to publicly humiliate myself. Look, if I need to hop like a kangaroo, hop. Look, you can manage me because you clearly have some skills.
This right here is the next 10 years of your life. Memorize it. This is yours, right?
Look,
we got it already planned out. You're like, damn. So wait. I'm going to be doing a movie with Tom Cruise in year 4? Damn.
Look, long I ain't doing anything that's going to, compromise my integrity. Okay. Listen, Chris is a marketing, and y'all probably may not agree. She is a marketing genius. I'm sorry, genius. But they have been through scandal upon scandal upon scandal upon scandal upon scandal and upon scandal again. And somehow or another, they have still not been canceled. Do you know how many celebrities get canceled on a regular basis for the most?
I think they've been.
But no, but not when I say canceled, like they're not losing sleep nor money. Okay, even if people might just not watch their show like as much now as they did previous, right? It's a little lackluster now. We know these hoes got money. We know they wear what they wear, and people are over the narrative. You feel me? You know what I mean? We know, okay, what to expect on the show. Okay, but at the end of the day, they are still out here securing the bag on a continuous basis. They haven't been canceled enough where they're over here worried about their next check. Let's just put it that way. Somehow or another, they've managed to get through every single one of these controversies, regardless of whether the shit is probably true, right? Allegedly, right? And still manage to still stay on top money-wise and on top of the game. No matter what people think of Chris, she's a marketing genius. Somehow or another, she just muddles through it and figures it the fuck out. And they somehow all have come out unscathed, even with this documentary coming out. I mean, is that really going to tarnish their brand? No. We all know this shit's real.
Listen,
like we all know
it's almost like they're uncancelable.
For real.
Cancelable. Like it's like they're untouchable. And it doesn't make any sense. And I don't get, this is the other part I don't get. Just give me 2 seconds to get my piece out. This is the part that does not make any sense to me at all. It is all about the women empowerment. Okay, hold up. Before I even say anything, first off, yes, I'm all for women empowerment. I'm all for women being able to triumph and be the wonderful, beautiful individuals that they are. I thank you guys so much for being on this planet, because without you guys, there would be no fellas. There would be no life on planet Earth. Let me just say that really quick, even though now we got Mexican aliens, but that's another conversation in itself. Moving on. This is the part that I don't get. Now, sure, they're impenetrable, except Ray J, Kanye West, and other people have penetrated. But other than that,
right,
they're impenetrable. So one piece that I don't get, all right, guys, is they talk about this female empowerment and all that, but didn't they do something that was very much would be shunned upon, looked down upon in the world of feminism and women empowerment? She used her own sexuality, her own feminine-esque, whatever you want to call it, to get the money. She used her own body instead of her brains to get to the fame and the money. Same thing with all the other girls. I'm not going to sit here and say that. And then also the other thing too is the fact that they've altered their appearances. They have done crazy amounts of surgeries. Pretty much all of them have. The amount of work that they've done to their own bodies so that they are aesthetically good looking, or what the standard Western civilization of what the confines of beauty is. They went and just kind of found that mold and they just copied it, right? And so a part of me is like, why are these women being put up on a pedestal so high when they did everything wrong to get to the accolades, to the money and the fame? You got to remember, we got women out here that are protesting, fighting, trying to, get the respect that they rightfully deserve out here in these streets, equal pay, all this different stuff. But you got women who are sitting there going, we're women and we're strong. No, you're not. You have money. You were able to go to certain scientists like cosmetic surgeons, mold you into something so that so that you fall easier on the male gaze, and so that you can continue to secure the bag. But you're not naturally born this way. You didn't look like that, Kim, when you were born. You did not look like that at all. Same thing with what's her name, Jenner, the other one. You know, the billionaire one,
Right,
the one
right,
that's
right.
with what's his face? Okay, Astro World guy. I forgot his name now. It's
Right.
escaping me. But you know, like they went and they found the mold.
Kylie.
Thank you, Kylie. They went and found that mold, and they just now they're like, okay, now we're strong women. What? Strong women are people who are comfortable in their own skin. You guys are constantly altering that every chance you get. And a lot of times y'all are cheating. You're not really running 6 miles every single day and eating right. You're just going to a scientist and they're sucking that stuff out. Oh, buy my Skims so you can be beautiful and fit and trim like me. But you go to that, you go to a scientist, you go to your witch doctors, and they pick and prod and nip and tuck every 15 days. Sure, you look unreal because you're not.
Right.
And yet modern society hoists them up onto a pedestal like this is how we're supposed to be. This is how we're supposed to be. And I just don't get it. Because that is not the standard of beauty. It's just not. That's the untouchable, unreal Frankenstein type of standard of beauty. That's why I'm calling it scientists, Nicole. Because I get they're doctors, but it's a scientist that's just, let me try this creation and let me take this chemical and pump it into your body and make it more tight and give you more filler and do all this stuff. And then now we got women out here that are looking at that as the standard of beauty and trying to emulate, trying to get to that piece, that part, trying to look like Kim Kardashian. And I'm going, for some people, it's attainable because either they just have the body shape or they have the tones, whatever.
Right.
And some of them, it's just not even possible because it's not in their DNA. They're just not built that way. And some girls are literally killing themselves to try to look like these women. And I'm going, why? Why, oh, why? Is this the standard of beauty? And why are they constantly getting hoisted up in the world like this? They shouldn't be. They're fake.
Unfortunately,
what about these women out here that are real, man?
No, here's the thing, but unfortunately, that is truly the case. And here's the thing. Number one, I'm all for anyone who gets surgery. Okay, when I say that, hoping that it's not over the top. You know what I mean? Putting yourself in harm's way, right? Because we've heard many, many times where people have either had really bad complications from doing multiple surgeries to enhance body parts or whatever the case may be. Or not necessarily been here when they came off that table. You know what I'm trying to say? So we know that those things exist. Unfortunately, they didn't create the standard of beauty. They're literally just following what it is that they consider to be standard of beauty, which is what most society right now thinks is beauty, right? Because if you see just how much Kylie, Kim, all of that, as much as a lot of us are sitting here like, we can't stand them and this, that, and at the end of the day, there's millions of others who wish they could do exactly those things. There's a woman who I believe just recently passed, I want to say a couple months back, 2 or 3 months back, trying to look like Kim Kardashian. She had another surgery on top of the multiple surgeries she had just so she could look like Kim Kardashian. Literally did not come off that table. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay.
Yeah, she passed on.
So she passed away because of the complications from having this particular surgery on top of the others that she had before. The unfortunate thing is this is what, quote unquote, the standard of beauty is. The larger butts, the small, tiny little waistlines. Yes, I'm all for the natural body as well, but I'm also for those who decide to go ahead and do the elective surgeries the enhancements and stuff, because at the end of the day, I mean, if you want to be a D cup and you're an A cup, I'm here for it, right? If you want to have a bigger booty, I'm here for it. If you want lipo, I'm here for it. I have no issues with any of that. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, even with the Kardashians, they don't really have anything to do with the standard of beauty. They just followed whatever they considered to be the standard of beauty at the time, because the reality is big butts and small waists and skinny bodies and all that shit has been standard of beauty, quote unquote, for
Forever.
a while. For a while. It's just been the case. They're just riding right along with it, and they just happen to be put up on this pedestal because of how much surgeries and all of the stuff they've done. The other side of it is, I have to say too, to kind of piggyback off of what you said in regards to, women's rights and just, that type of thing, and, fighting for the things that we fight for as women. Right. And unfortunately, they going this route to gain the fame. The reality is, back in the day, that was literally what was happening. A lot of people were getting famous off of leaked tapes and all those controversies. You know what I mean? They may not have had the best responses from it, but that's what it was at the time. So they went the route that a lot of the other celebrities at the time were doing, right? Where they were getting caught with, the black and white, you know how the leaked tapes always turn out. They're black and white and they're all grimy and gritty, because this is before all the new age cameras and iPhones and all that type of shit. It's just, they went along with whatever the fuck was happening, and it just really, really worked out for them. Right. The other side of it I want to say is too, since there are individuals who do engage in things that are not necessarily that kind of fall along the lines of what Kim did and Chris did to gain their fame, right? Those who are in the S industry, you know what I'm trying to say without saying the word, right? Who do this for a living. I have no issues with that. To each his own. Do you? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're safe, as long as you're doing what, it doesn't mean I'm gonna do it, but I don't have a problem with it. You feel me? So do I feel like it's setting women back? No. I mean, because there's always going to be, look, people need P videos too, not P that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so, I mean, they do provide a service. Okay, they do. Then you've got, those that are dancers. You know what I mean? Not necessarily your normal. When I say normal, I'm using it quotations as what people standard wise would say is a normal industry to do and be a part of and to make income from. But it's a industry that you make a lot of money from. And there are those who need that too. Okay, who need that form of entertainment as well. Okay, and they are providing a service. Not mad at that either, right? I don't feel like any of those things really set us back. Do I feel like Kim and all of them and what they did set us back, or is setting us back, or any of that? No. They lucked out with what they did, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone that's going to exploit what's available, right? They chose that option, okay, and they ran with it, and it fucking worked for them. You know what I mean? Do I feel like it's setting us back? True. Women, as far as our women's rights and just female empowerment and all that type of stuff? No. And the reality is, even though it's not necessarily that they built this empire off of something that we per se would be fond of or are fond of, right? They have, as women, built an empire. Regardless of how they got it, doesn't mean it was the right way to do it. Doesn't have to be that we have to agree with it.
Fine.
But they do and have built female businesses, female-owned businesses, and a complete empire that literally is female run.
I feel that, and you got good points there all day. All day. And I'm not sitting here saying, first off, let me just make that abundantly clear. If you want to go and get a little nip tuck, if you want to go and get a little Botox, if you want to get a facial, if you want to go and get butt injections, a BBL, a tummy tuck, whatever it is, if that's what you want to do to make you happy, by all means, do it. By all means,
absolutely
do what makes you feel good, okay, for yourself. So I'm not saying that it's wrong to do surgeries and all that. I just think that within the standards of certain things and how their business and their worlds have been built, I just call BS on some things, and I feel like it's messed up, and it's giving a mixed message out here to other young aspiring women and young aspiring girls that want to become that big mogul or that big business tycoon and all that. But when it comes to the other part of it, this is the question I got to throw at you. Because let me precursor this with this. Sure, I have covered and seen so many stories where people capitalize off of everything from a spicy tape all the way to a tragedy, just because they were just in the room, or they happen to be the cousin 3 times removed of the victim that lost their lives. And then they go, I got to write a book. Here's my book, tragedy, because I was there, sort of, not really, but I was kind of in my dreams. Plenty of things like that out here. Plenty of people trying to exploit and trying to, squeeze as much of juice out of a situation to secure a bag.
Right.
But this is the question I have questions for here. Okay. If this was a man, if this was men, would they still be getting the same respect and accolades and love? Or no? No, they would not.
Absolutely
They
not.
would sit there and they would see the double standard, though. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to sit here and say, no, don't get your money and blah, blah, blah. Don't do your thing. Hey, there are plenty of men. Cardi B once was a scripper and now she's Cardi B. So, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that you can't be in the S world. Okay, you can't be an S worker and not come up from that. Man, there have been plenty of rags to riches stories all day long, even from men as well. But I have yet to see anything where it revolves around a man with an S tape, or previously been doing some S stuff, was just a gigolo, you know what I'm saying? And suddenly he found a multi-million-dollar career and became the next such and such. Never heard that in my life.
Not in the fashion that they did, because I mean, you could use even the whole Ray J thing as an example, right? He's had success. Don't get it twisted. Made a lot of money off that tape.
Yeah.
And he became more of a household name when this tape happened as well. So he did gain from it. He can sit here and complain all day long, but motherfucker, you wouldn't be on half the shows you've been on, done half the appearances you've been on if it wasn't for that tape. That's the real deal, Holyfield. Yes, he had some, he had a couple hits and blah, 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 and it's Brandy's brother and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, obviously his main claim to fame is literally the release of this tape, right? So he did gain. Did he gain to the level at which, to which the Kardashians have? Absolutely not. Is it absolutely a double standard? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. They're always going to glamorize a female doing something like that, right? Than a man doing something like that. Or his tape was released and it was just him with some random chick versus it being the Kardashian kid, Kim, or whatever. If it was an unknown, an unnamed person or unknown person, even if it was a dude with a known girl, guess who's going to get the deal? Guess who's going to end up getting more deals? The female, always. That's in the tape. Even if they're the lesser known name, they're going to be the one that's getting Vivid hitting them up like, hey, they're going to give the guy a deal too, because obviously it's his face in there as well. So they have to pay both parties. But the person who's going to get most of the deals or most of the opportunities outside of that, it's going to be the female. And unfortunately, it is a double standard. It absolutely is. Because reality is Ray J has gotten the shorter end of the stick with this entire situation, even though he gained from it.
He did gain from it later. He gained from it later, but then he did other stupid stuff, and I hit it first and all that stuff. Like it's just ridiculous and a waste of time. And he was obviously still trying to capitalize off of that situation, which is just dumb. He didn't have Kris Jenner in his arsenal to sit there and go, maybe you don't want to do that song. Maybe you want to go down this route. But still, he made billions. He still made billions and billions of dollars, right? So he's still doing okay, but he still got that. And people still look at him like that. With Kim Kardashian, sure, people know about it. People have it. They know that it's in the back of their minds, obviously, but it's not in the forefront. So they just kind of go, hey, Kim, oh my God, it's Kim. You see what I'm saying? It's a different thing where it's like, oh, you the sleazeball that did this sex tape with Kim Kardashian, and Kim Kardashian gets, oh my God, you're Kim Kardashian. So it's just two different things that I find, two different attitudes, two different things. And the world is a very messed up place when it comes to that. And it also, just to talk about that too, is it's very sad that we live in a world where a young aspiring wannabe socialite, I don't know what to call her, but wannabe star, because she's not like she's a movie star or anything, but she wanted to be out here known in Hollywood. And the only route that she could go down to get the respect that she ended up later on getting decades later is by doing this spicy tape. That's a sad realization. That's a sad reflection on the way society is nowadays.
Agreed.
And like I said, hey, or like you said, Sandy, and of course I do agree with that. Anyone can come up. That is, anyone can rise from the ashes of their mistakes like a phoenix and do something really amazing with the negative or the positive backlash or the negative backlash that they received from a mistake that they did. She just happened to have a really good team to help her maneuver through this situation into where she is today. She's just very lucky in that way. But at the same time, if this was something where she didn't have the money to begin with, there would be no Kim Kardashian right now. This would have been like, oh, you remember that video, that random video that Ray J was in with that random girl? It would not be where she would not be where she is right now without a little bit of Skrilla in her back pocket. But yeah.
Oh man.
So all the other stuff that goes on with this became a lot deeper of a conversation than I ever thought.
Right, I know, right? I didn't know it'd be that deep either. But I love this type of stuff.
But this is the kind of conversations that these are the conversations that we have, because
it's
the real people.
This is literally how we talk. Like we really do talk like this when we're hanging out as a family. This is the kind of conversations we have. Y'all, if you could hear us at a table and we talk about the celebrity guys and we talk about all the things, and this is the type of shit we discuss at our family table, and my mom gets in on it too. We get all in the conversations. It's quite funny.
Kim Kardashian. Yeah.
God
would be God damn. Love me on. Leave me alone.
Our mom and dad are Haitian.
Like
we have the Haitians in here. Holler down below.
Yeah, please. But I mean, unfortunately, we got to wrap it up. But but I when it comes to the tape and the realization and Caitlyn Jenner coming out and saying all this stuff, we've been known that. We've been known all this. I mean, yeah, it's nice to hear it more confirmed rather than it being speculation or rumor. But at the same time, I mean, if this was the best, this could be America's best con in the history of cons, if you think about it. You see what I'm saying? In a way, biggest finesse. You know what I mean? One of the biggest finesses, because oh my god, it was a tape that leaked. Oh my gosh, that was the whole time.
Right.
To this day, with her trying to cry, but she can't because the Botox is so strong. You know what I mean? It's the weirdest thing when she tries to cry. But anyway, it's crazy that if that is true, that I mean, it is true. It's funny. It's kind of like that thing, like we all know the truth, but no one's ever come up and said, "Yep, that's the truth." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of like extraterrestrials or aliens. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like it's out there, but we need to hear it from that credible source so that we can all know, like, oh yeah, what those rumors are saying are true. So it's just one of those things. It's so weird, but
it's a funny scenario.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, so question for you. Last question before we sign off.
Sure.
First, this is a question to you. Are you watching it? And two, are any of y'all in the audience watching it? If you are, comment.
You want to know? This is what I think.
Keep it a buck.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what these 3 episodes are gonna be like. They're gonna build this foundation of like how how Caitlyn, how she met with Chris, the start of it all, blah, 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 how they met, how they fell in love, how they had kids. By the 3rd episode, that's when they'll finally come out with all the stuff, but it won't be anything. It'll be everything that we saw in that trailer right there. Maybe 3 or 4 more sentences, and then that'll be it. Watch the people who actually waste their time watching that trilogy of a documentary have their time wasted. Literally. It's going to be a waste of time.
I'm gonna be curious to see like how it does. Me personally, I have no interest in watching it whatsoever.
None. Zero.
None whatsoever. Because we pretty much, this is stuff we know already. I don't need Caitlyn to let me know that that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Or homeboy from Girls Gone Wild. And I mean, really, you know, we all know they knew all of that. We don't really need confirmation. I wasn't looking for that type of confirmation. You know what I mean?
Unless they come out with paperwork or there's like video documenting.
That's what I was curious about. Like if they came out with
Kim.
any kind of, or if they're going to come out with any video.
Right. Like of
I
her.
would like to see them planning this. Did you get video of
We're
that?
here planning the S tape. You see
that part.
Like the date is such and such 1990 something, and we were planning it right here. And she's like, "Hi."
That's what I want to see. If they had that, they'd
tape.
have been released it as an actual snippet of at least the trailer. Okay. I just don't see that happening. But if that was the case, that'd be kind of dope. I'd be kind of curious too, but I doubt they have any of that type of footage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you know for a fact if they had that kind of footage, that would have been the trailer.
Yeah, they would have at least teased a snippet of it in the trailer. So we have an indication to know that there's something that shows us the planning process.
They would not give a damn about no Caitlyn. They'd be like, okay, we got Caitlyn in there and we got the other guy, if that's whatever. Right. They use like 5 seconds of it. No, come on, man. They don't got nothing except the words coming out of Caitlyn's mouth. And hey, that could be solid enough. It's coming from Caitlyn. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens.
Interesting. Should be interesting.
Yes,
very
it will.
Interesting.
It shall be.
Man.
And, but I'm not here for it.
Yeah, I'm not. I have no interest in watching it. We are just going to hear what the critics say when it comes out, when that first episode comes out.
I'm not here for it. I won't be watching it unless like Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked or something like that.
Somebody picks up on a few snippets. Yep.
Oh my God. And they go, there's the bombshell. You know what I mean? Like, here's the other angle of another sex tape that they tried to make. Then I'd be down for it. I'd be like, oh, snap, that's crazy. And then, of course, we'll talk about it on the show. But other than that, I have no interest because we all know it's been fabricated. We already knew it was planned.
We already knew
it worked. We all got bamboozled. Okay. Because some of y'all out there wearing them Skims. So that shows proof positive. You got bamboozled too.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's probably
a decent product, though. I did hear they're a decent product.
No.
But there are some Amazon
money.
Dupes, okay. There's dupes on Amazon. So you ain't got to spend that high.
Put up your dukes.
Saying.
I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, you're welcome. Put up your dukes. But hey, if you want Skims, by all means.
That was a dad joke.
That was a dad joke. You're very welcome. I'm working on them. I've been working on them for a while. You know what I mean?
That was a dad joke.
Some batter. I can't even say batting practice. What the hell's wrong? Battering practice. Like what? Now I'm assaulting somebody. Okay, so but anyway.
Oh, Lord.
I appreciate you guys all for being here. It really does mean a lot. Real talk.
Yes. Yes.
And of course, sorry, there you go. So please, guys, go hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Trust and believe we got more coming up very, very soon. So make sure when you hit that subscribe button, because I know you will be hitting that subscribe button, dagnabbit. If you don't, then you're gonna have problems with us, man.
We coming for you.
We gonna find you. We're gonna find you. Okay. And so hit the subscribe button, please, and thank you. Okay. We'd be very appreciative of it. All right. You know, we work hard out here in these streets. We got some more coming for you guys later on today. So be on the lookout for it. Make sure that notification bell is on. Like I said, we are turning this light switch on. Okay. We are putting in work on this channel. So don't stray away. Don't go away from us so much. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Are we going to let them know that we're coming back later on today? Because we're about to have some really good discussion.
Oh, we're about to have a really great discussion. We talking about we talking Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Well, not really Tyler Perry so much, huh? We're not talking about Tyler Perry so much, but we are talking about what he said.
What he said.
And it's a conversation that you guys want to see.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
Trust and belief. Okay.
Yes. So stay tuned for that. That's coming.
That's coming up later on this afternoon.
Get your notifications on, so when it releases, you ready for it.
Yeah, turn that mother lover on. All right. All right. And we're going to find you and turn it on for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
going to be like, give me your phone. Oh, snap. Boop. There you go. Go with God. Bye.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys. We appreciate y'all for being here so much. We got another one coming for you guys later on this afternoon, so be on the lookout. Make sure that notification bell is on. Thank y'all for coming through and watching The Real Beef with S&P. We will see you guys soon. Have a great Friday.
Yes.
Love y'all.
We love y'all.
Bye. Wait. What does the
Don't play with me.
Of the giraffe?
Boy, don't play with me. If you get off the live, tell him to turn this shit off. Okay? Turn the motherfucker off. Turn it off.
Does it make a sound? I'm just saying, what kind of sound does it make?
You know what? Don't make me come through this camera. Ooh, I know where you live. Okay?
Fine.
Yeah,
See ya.
that's fine.
Peace.
Love y'all.